Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I'm your friendly neighborhood Christian whistleblower. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty. Welcome to the Gospel Truth channel. And we are here to bring you the much anticipated, GTA card of the day. I apologize for getting away from this, but do my best and my best to get back to it. So we're going to do the GTA card of the day, a little mini broadcast today here at 2:12 a.m. I told Kay I wasn't going to do another broadcast, but you know what? I just decided to do so. So here we are. GTA card of the day. And are you ready? I'm going to go ahead and take the cards out. I hope that you watched the interview with Unicus of unicusmagazine.com. Some fascinating discussions about the nature of the universe, the nature of this matrix that we're all a part of. Some fascinating discussion about the tragedy in Las Vegas and the spiritual implications thereof. Some great discussion about all of that really fascinating stuff. And I'm very, very happy that he decided to come on the channel. I sleep, in answer to a question, from 4 a.m. to 7, from 4 to 7:30, I sleep. And then I have 3 half-hour naps throughout the day. So if inquiring minds want to know, that's what I do. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Plenty of time to sleep when you're dead. Of course, when you're dead, you're out of this matrix, right? And you don't need sleep because this isn't really me. This is just a projection that my soul outside the matrix is operating and playing. Lee Veltman is asleep, he said, so he's sleepwalking here. Polyphasic, you got it, IOX. I'm polyphasic. I wish I could get, if I ever get into a relationship again, a live-in relationship, when there's someone else there, I will try to probably do the Uberman. But they say it's impossible to do Uberman without someone that lives in with you to wake you up, because there's just no way it works until you get used to it without without someone to come wake you up. You can't really do it with an alarm clock. So I want to be, I'm doing what I do now, 4 till 7:30. Early morning, 2 people from South Africa in the chat room at 2:15 a.m. I feel so good. I feel proud. I feel impressed when we've got people from all over the world. I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited that we got 51% male, 49% female. I won't be satisfied till it's 50-50. Don't know if that'll ever happen, but I hope that you did. The message is going global. We've been going global. Now we're going super global. All right, ladies and gentlemen. What did the other person say it was? It was, what did they say? Where'd that go? I didn't seem like the other person from South Africa said it was 6 a.m. What'd she say? Early morning. Okay. So it's 6 a.m. It's, what was it, 8 a.m. Renaissance Woman said? Anyway, it's early morning in South Africa, and we've got people down under as well. Check that out. Renaissance Woman asking Darlene, are you in JBG, which I think would be Johannesburg, 8 a.m. All righty. So let's go ahead and go to the GTA card of the day. Renaissance Woman is who you're looking for. Yeah, I know that. All right, here we go. See, Deborah, we did come back. Everybody focus your intention on these cards. Whoops. Those cards right there. Those cards right there. Bam. Okay. Now I'm gonna, what do they call it? Cut the deck. And I'm gonna pick universal spirituality. Universal spirituality. And no, I do not get my nails manicured. I am metrosexual, but not that metrosexual. Not that I wouldn't, but I would do. And I don't really like this camera because sometimes it goes out of focus like this and I don't get it. There we go. Came back in focus. So let's look at the universal spirituality card, shall we? What does that mean for the GTA, which is the Gospel Truth Army, which is all of us? If you don't like the military reference, think of it as the Gospel Truth Assembly. Feel free. Universal spirituality. Universal spirituality. I really liked what Unicus had to say. It was very, very interesting. MGTOW. I don't know what that means. You are more aware of the intensity of the spirit within. Spiritual concepts come to the fore of reality. It sounds like that card or that show we just did with Las Vegas. Greater focus on the spiritual gives greater perception within reality. The spirit within seeks greater manifestation in reality. The spirit within seeks greater manifestation in reality. A new level of spirit comes into the consciousness. The spirit opens the heart to greater intensity. Wow. That is good stuff. That's interesting stuff. That's powerful stuff. And that does seem to talk about what we're all about here at the Gospel Truth Army, the GTA. I'm not sure what men going their own way. I don't know if I get what that means. It's the opposite of the sacred feminine to some. I guess I'm not, I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. I don't get out much. I'm working on that, but I don't get out much currently. And I don't let it bother me too much either. I mean, I go to the beach every day, but I don't get out and socialize that much. Not sure why. I love people, but I've had my head down and just working hard for about 5 years. I mean, 14 books, and I'm not going to look it up. It doesn't interest me enough to look up. That's a good point to bring up. 14 books, 900 videos over the last 3 years. Like I just said, I'm not going to look that up. It doesn't interest me. I run into some difficulties from time to time because even though I'm up 19 hours a day, I could use 20. And I don't have a lot of time. And sometimes people send me emails, I mean, 2, 3, 4 pages long. And I do read them, but I've got to confess that if you don't grab me in the first 3 or 4 lines, I'm probably not going to read the whole thing. First paragraph's got to be good, or I'm not going to read the whole thing. And and if I don't read the whole thing, I'll say, thanks for writing, something like that. And some people have taken offense to the fact that I didn't read everything and enter into a long discussion with them about any certain subject or whatever. It could save my life. Bonsai Tree, you sound like you're employing hyperbole for me. What's it called? Men going their own way. MGTOW. Maybe I'll look it up. But what I'm trying to say is I do understand that you take the time to write. I take the time to read. But I just don't have the time to always read every single word you write me. And I don't have the time to talk about, debate to the nth degree, everything you want to talk about and debate with me. And I'm sorry, I know that sounds harsh, but it's just the way it is. I just don't have the time, and my mind doesn't work on that type of a level. And I can't have everybody on the channel. I can't go into a deep discussion with everybody. What's with all the numbers? I can't go into a super deep discussion with everybody. Oh, they're giving each other's phone numbers, I guess, or something. So people get upset with me and say that I don't care and blah, blah, blah. That's not true. I'm just super duper busy. I sleep, a day. I sleep 5 hours a day. 3.5, 4.5, 5 hours. But I'm not trying to make people feel bad. I'm not trying to be dismissive to people. But I'm a big picture guy. I'm not a detail guy. And I said this to somebody in jest the other day because they just kept pounding me and pounding me and pounding me. If you want me to sit down and discuss something with you and give you an hour of my time, I'll do it if you'll give me a donation like I do for doing the full palm readings or the full tarot readings or something like that. I'll do that. But I have to do it. If I'm going to spend a whole hour talking about something that doesn't grab me and that I don't think is something that is for the whole channel, then I'll say I'll do it. But I want you to give me a donation, and I want you to give it to me before we talk. I know that sounds kind of uppity, but I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. And we're at 8,000 now. I'm getting ready to go back on coast to coast. By the end of this year, it's going to be 20,000. And things are going to change when it gets to 20,000. I'm talking to the folks tonight. 2:30 in the morning. Everybody that's here is a very dedicated subscriber, and I appreciate you more than you can ever imagine. But it's fixing to get really, really big. Think when we're Leak Project 150,000, and that's going to happen sooner rather than later. It's just like, wow, man. Wow, man. It's going to get really, really big, really, really fast. And I just don't want you to think that I'm blowing you off. I just don't want you to think that I don't care. But if you're going to send me an email, you got to catch me quick. Or if you really want me to sit down and discuss the minutia of something with you, I'll do it. I'll give you an appointment time. Thank you, Celestial Shamanka. I love that name. I'll give you an appointment time, and they like the blue avians, but we'll do it on a donation basis. And I want the donation first. I'm sorry. It probably doesn't. I'm probably not helping myself at all, but I just feel like I just talked with someone and they said, you know what, try to take another step, towards people, try to go another step kindler, gentler. And this is me being kindler and gentler. This is me being kindler and gentler. And I think I hope it's fair, and I hope that people understand. And it just is what it is, folks. It just is what it is. And I appreciate it, every one of you, more than you know. But there's going to be times when I don't think what you think is super important. I don't think it's as super important as you do, not as you are. And I understand when somebody brings me something, they're like, oh, it's Will Graham from the TV show Hannibal. And in the show, he got put in jail and they thought he was crazy and the killer because Hannibal set him up, and he's got that Hannibal Lecter mask on. I get so many comments of this shirt. It's a great shirt. But there's going to be times when I don't think that what you think is super important is as super important as you think it is. There's going to be times when you think I should be telling your story or what you brought to my mind to the world, and I'm going to disagree with you. Now, there's a lot of shows that I do that come directly from things that people tell me, share with me. And I know that probably is part of the problem. Well, Veltman sent him something about blue avians, and he did a whole show about blue avians. I sent him something, and he didn't even mention it. Well, that's because I obviously like Veltman better, but Veltman's mad at me because I didn't respond instantly to his Facebook message. That's not really true. But yeah. And it's just going to get better, but my time's going to become even, I'll probably hire somebody. I'd like to hire somebody to help me out, but that's not going to make it any better because, you won't be hearing directly from me. But anyway, I just want to let you know where it is and what I'm thinking about. Time. Yep. It's on our side. So that's the way it is. That's where I'm coming from. It's not because I think I'm smarter than you. It's not because I think you're stupid. It's just because I've got limited time, and I'm just not going to think everything is as important as you think it is. And check this out. I talk about Blink all the time. Thank you, Celestial Shamanka. I talk about Blink all the time. My analytical mind is dialed in, Jack. I mean, dialed in. So I look at something and boom, I know in 3.27 seconds whether it's something that resonates with me right now and whether I'm going to pursue it. And some people find that dismissive, but dude, I'm just dialed in and I just know, boop, right away. And if it says, yeah, you need to jump on that, boom, I jump on it, like that India thing that we did earlier today. Somebody sent me that. I looked at it, bam, I'm going to do that. I didn't even look at the video before I did a video about it, which probably isn't real smart, but that's just an example. And I'll give you another example. Do you think that I think that Zecharia Sitchin was stupid? Do you think that I think that I'm look down on Zecharia Sitchin, don't care about Zecharia Sitchin? Do you think that I'm so much better than Zecharia Sitchin? I ask you because my stepfather gave me this book. There were giants on the earth. There were giants upon the earth. He gave me this book, and I started reading it. And I got up to like page 8. I'm like, this is boring. What? This is boring. I just can't get through it. It was terrible. I can't read this book. So I put it away. And then I started writing. I don't have a copy of it. Serpents and Doves. Good morning, Anna. In the Gardens of the Gods. And I needed to look about creation. And I opened this book and I read it cover to cover in like 3 hours. It's the most fascinating thing that I've ever read. And Sitchin, I like it. I like the way Sitchin deals with some of the tablets and how he makes correlations. He lost me when he tried to tell me that a shim was a rocket, but it's interesting research. And I read it, boom, just fast when I couldn't even read it before. It's my Blink. It wasn't time for me when I first got the book, but it was time for me when I was writing that other book. So yeah, this is one of his better ones. So the point is, unless you think you're way smarter than Zecharia Sitchin, sometimes even stuff that's really, really good, it's not going to click with me. It's not going to set my Blink off, and I'm going to set it to the side. And it's not because I don't like you. It's not because I think you smell funny. It's not because I think you're ugly. It's not because I'm a racist, a sexist, a homophobe, I am a avian-phobe. I hate the blue damn birds. I hate them. So I must confess that I am a blue bird hater. But it's not because of hating you, not liking you, thinking I'm so smart. It's a function of time, and it's a function of Blink. And I'm not going to, I read a lot of sci-fi. Veltman, have you ever read any of LRH's sci-fi? I'm reading when I can. Book 1 of the Earth Chronicles. That joker could write. That's all I can say. That joker could write. So anyway, that's how it works. That's how it works. And I'm a very private person as well. I'm a very private person. I don't buddy up with a lot of people. And some people think that I'm a jerk or I'm stuck up or did you read all 10 of them, Iowa X? That I think that's a Science of Survival. Veltman, you won't believe this. You probably will believe this, but I'm sitting right here next to the 18 basic books of Scientology. I got all of these 18 basic books. I've read them all. And interestingly enough, these 18 basic books used to belong to Tom Cruise. It's always something with me. It's always something with me. And no, I'm not a Scientologist. I don't endorse Scientology. I don't recommend you be a Scientologist. But I do recommend you be 3 feet behind your head. So yeah, I got all 18 of them right here. From Dianetics down through number 18. So there you go. Veltman, I don't know, bro. The tech as collectively doesn't work. Some of it works. And none of it is original. He took that stuff from everywhere else. Some of it works. That's all I'm going to say. Collectively doesn't work. You know, if this camera wasn't so hard to get off of the computer, I would show you all 18 of them. But they're right here within arm's length. They're all right here. And I got them for $100. That's about $1,400 worth of books if you have to buy them from the SCIO org. But I got them for $100 from a girl that was moving, whose sister used to be the personal assistant for Tom Cruise. And Tom Cruise gave her the books. And she gave the books to this girl. And this girl had them in the back of her car. And my bike had a flat tire, and she gave me a ride home. And I'm like, oh, wow. You going to throw those away? Yeah, I'm moving. And I said, well, I'll give you $100. Veltman can audit. Yeah, I do too. I can too. And so I bought them for $100. But anyway, there you go. What was my point? I don't know if I had a point on that. But I'm a private person. I don't have a whole lot of buddies. So if I don't want to come over to your house for dinner, especially if you live 8 states away, the tone scale is very interesting. And the tone scale is accurate. And you know he didn't come up with that. The tone scale is very, very, I've never known the tone scale to be wrong. It's very accurate because it's just basic, observable human behavior. But I would like to have some friends, so it's not totally out of the I do. What did Veltman say? I do too. Anyway, it's just I'm a private person. I'm a person with limited time, and I'm a person that listens to his blink exclusively. And if it doesn't blink, whatever the blink says, I go with. And do I Finland? Good morning. Do I miss some things? No, I don't think so, because I think my blink is just that good. And I think I'm dialed in. And it was interesting to hear Unicus. I worked for a place that was owned by a Scientologist, and, you know, being the researcher I am, they would give you 4 hours a week for free that you could go to the training place and take courses. So they're paying me, plus I get to do research on comparative religions. Dude, I'm all in. So I would go for my 4 hours every week, getting paid and getting this study tech for free. And I was reading about suppressive people. I'm like, and this is way too transparent. I was reading about suppressive people. I'm like, damn, I'm suppressive. I'm a suppressive person. And I went to the person that runs the place, and I said, I'm a suppressive person. What do I do? And she laughed. She says, You can't be a suppressive person if you think you're a suppressive person, because a suppressive person doesn't know they're suppressive or can't admit they're suppressive. So you're probably just a jerk and you got to make some changes. And I did. And it was, see, there's an example. It was Scientology, spiritual technology that wasn't Scientology. It was from somewhere else. A suppressive person, I'll tell you. And it caused me to realize that I was what they call a suppressive person. Most of us just call, I don't know what you call it, but here's what a suppressive person does. A suppressive person, bottom line, seeks to exert their, damn it, sorry. And I can probably don't need to be as close to that thing as I feel like I need to be close to. But anyway, let me know if you can still hear me well. Can you still hear me well, even this far away? Somebody say yes, no, or maybe so. Can you still hear me well? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me well? Okay, cool. So anyway, let me try to, can you hear me now? Even further away, can you hear me now? So anyway, what a suppressive person is a suppressive person is a person that seeks to exert their will over someone else's will, or who seeks to hinder the free will of another person in order to shape them towards their own. And here's how I used to do it. And this is way, way too transparent, but this is what happens when you make a video at 2:40 in the morning. And it's funny because I was just talking about this with Jenny Moonstone earlier today. I don't know how it came up then either, but it did. Not really sociopath, let me tell you. What I used to do is, you know, I was married to a woman for 16 years and she ran off with my piano player. So let's just say I had a little issues in that area. So if I was dating a person, and this was like 7 years ago, if I was dating a person, I would tend to be a little bit controlling. Okay. And a suppressive person is basically a controlling person. So if you know, it was classic, who you talking to, who you texting, why are you with that person on Facebook? Why are you with that person on, you know, whatever? And, you know, classic male jealousy, but probably even more. Well, Bonsai, for saying she ripped my heart out presupposes that I had a heart. So I'm not sure that we can say that. But at any rate, I became controlling or suppressive of other people, trying to not let them, if I was dating them, not let them go and do their own thing and let them go and, you know, their own, where are you going? Why are you going? That kind of stuff. So I realized, whoa, I'm a suppressive person. And I had to sit back and realize it's not because I'm really afraid. Well, what's because I was afraid? It was not because that person, the piano player that got saved in my meeting and was playing piano for my meetings. He was playing piano for me and she was handling his organ. But bum. Love that joke. I used to slay him with that when I was doing stand-up. So, yeah. So then I had to realize that it wasn't anything they were doing or that they did. It was just me. It was that old fear within me. And so what I began to realize is that, oh, it is a very suppressive organization and ideology. So what I began to realize was, okay, you got two choices. You can worry about somebody, or you can not worry about somebody. And if you're worrying about the man or the woman that you're dating, and you feel like you have to know what they're doing all the time, then you're dating the wrong person. And now I'm at the place, it is a manipulating, brainwashing organization. There's no doubt about it. I would run very far and stay very far away. But what I've realized now is that now, and that was me. So it's like when I got divorced, here we go again. I got divorced after that. Yes, I'm a Gemini. I got divorced after that 16-year marriage. And in the next 2 years, I was married and divorced twice more. Not married and divorced. They were annulled. So somebody pulled an FBI background check on me. It only shows one marriage. But anyway, obviously I had some issues. So I had to get free and clear. And that was 20 years ago. So I had to get free and clear, not in that sense, Veltman. I just had to get sober. And once I realized that it wasn't the only, and I dated a bunch of crazy women. And somebody's going to get mad that he said crazy women. Here's a news flash for y'all. Some of you women is crazy. And guess what? Some of you men is crazy. And I was crazy. So if it bothers you that I say I dated a bunch of crazy women, then go somewhere else. Because there are crazy women and there are crazy men and there are crazy LBGTQs too. So I realized I was crazy. And I had to say, man, I need to get my act together. And I've made the joke before, and you've heard me. Can you tell I went to the beach with a t-shirt on today? That was stupid. My face has got sun and nothing else. So anyway, I realized that the only common denominator in all those crazy relationships was moi. I was the common denominator. So I'm like, dude, you gotta get it together, man. And it was that stupid Scientology stuff that made me realize I got to get it together. So then I spent the next, 5-6 years getting it together. And now I found the one and I'm him. And I mean that. It sounds silly, but I mean that. So I don't know that I'll ever get married again or have a long-term relationship. And if I don't, that's fine. I'm happy. I make me very happy. But if I do ever have a relationship again, it'll be with a strong, hardcore, kick-ass kind of chick that's got her own life and her own thing going on. And she can do our thing, I can do mine thing, and every now and then we can do our thing. That's the way that'll work for me. I don't need nobody to worship me. I don't want nobody to know where you been, what you doing, what's your phone, where's your and I don't do it the other way. That's the key right there, Celestial Shamanka. I'm a whole person now, and I want to be, if I ever am again, with somebody that's a whole person. So there you go. Way more than you wanted to know about your friendly Christian whistleblower. But all that to say, you're not always going to get a 3-page response from me in email, and I'm not going to make a show about everything you suggest to me to make a show. And I'll be glad when my hair grows out because it's bothering me. So there you go. If that offends you, I kind of am sorry. Usually when I say I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm just trying to be polite. But I am sorry if that offends you. I wish it wouldn't. I'll be honest with you. Even when, marriage is just another lie we've been fed. I agree. But even when somebody doesn't like me and I know they're stupid, it still bothers me that they didn't like me, right? That's the ego thing too. Why wouldn't you like me? Everybody loves me. That was not, I wouldn't even cross because it's like Doc Holiday. If I didn't think we were friends, I don't think I could bear it. And there's something about that, though. It's a reality. Heidi says that I'm actually a Virgo, though, because I have Virgo ascendant. So anyways, that's just the way it is. So if I've offended you, I'm sorry. If I've hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. Some of you are just being delicate little flowers, but some of you, I probably have just been a jerk too. And I apologize for that, but now at least you know what's going on in my brain. And I'm not doing it to intentionally be a jerk. There you go. You do have those issues. Mercury retrograde is a bitch. Well, they say karma's a bitch, but only if you are, right? Only if you are. And Amanda, if I said something inappropriate about you the other day, I apologize. I thought it was plain, simple, fun, banter back and forth. Apparently, some people thought that something I said to you was inappropriate, and never even entered my mind. And of course, some people are just delicate flowers, and some people are just looking for a reason to bitch and moan and complain. That's true as well. Laugh my ass off. Truth. Wait, what? So anyway, folks, and I know that we get potty mouth in here, and we get silly, and we get back and forth. But some people get upset over silly stuff. So there you go. We're all in this together. And, you know, like Unicus was saying, and here's the thing, if you have to know, he's making a point with the glasses. When he's Unicus, he's got the glasses on because he's making a point about the Matrix. You've all seen the Matrix. They put those glasses on. You know exactly what he's talking about. It's putting you in an idea. He's trying to help you. I don't like whiners either. And I know I shouldn't say it. I'm supposed to be a nice guy, you know, pat you on the head and hand you a box. That's not me. I really save the wine for dinner. That's where I come from. But I know snowflakes melt fast. But I know I need to be a little more giving because of what I do. So there it is. What was I talking about? He was talking about the glasses. That's why he wears them, because he's talking about the Matrix. But a lot of the stuff he said, I was very happy that he confirmed a lot of the stuff I said. Yeah, that's what I was saying. What's wrong with these silly people that want to flip out because he won't take the glasses off? He actually was we were talking about it before, and I told him, no, wear the glasses. I like it. It makes the point. So if you're a delicate flower or a delicate snowflake and his glasses bother you, go watch Hee Haw or Who's Getting Voted Off the Island or whatever, man. That's the beautiful thing about YouTube. It's called YouTube, Y-O-U. You can watch whatever you want to. And if you are upset that I don't put on this channel the stuff that you think should be on this channel, guess what? And I'm not trying to be a jerk. It'll take you 3 minutes to start your own channel and put out your own videos. And if you feel that strongly about it, that's what you should be doing. If you feel strongly that something should be on YouTube and I don't agree with you, start your own YouTube channel. Put your own content out there. Do it. What are you waiting for? And if you think I'm a jerk, what's the word I'm looking for? Not sponsors you, but inspires you to do your own YouTube channel, my work here is done. I'm here to make you think. I'm here to make you act. And sometimes, here's another confession. Sometimes I will say things, yeah, I know, Amanda, and I know that, and I read you, and we were right there, but some other little delicate snowflake, flowery little bit of boo, oh, he said this about that, and it was horrible. He's sexist, racist, homophobic, hates puppies. I'm serious. And I wasn't even talking to them. But sometimes I will illustrate absurdity by being absurd. I will illustrate absurdity by being absurd. Sometimes I will do that. Sometimes I will do that. And sometimes I will say something just to be provocatory. Yeah, sometimes I'll say something just to be provocatory. Sometimes I will say something just to be provocatory. Bonsai, we got your point. Got your point, brother. Got your point. I'll say things just to be provocatory. Because if I would rather you get mad or you get glad, I don't want you to be like, I want you to make a I want you to get boom. Get mad, get glad. Just don't sit there. It's like that Christ didn't really say this, but it's in the Bible. It's dung, but it has some application. Be lukewarm, hot or cold, but you're lukewarm, so blah. I'm kind of the same way. I don't want to be lukewarm. I either want you to get really mad or I want you to get really glad and really inspired. So there you go. Renaissance woman inadvertently created her own channel. See how easy it is? You can inadvertently create your own channel. Jeff, you're a human. Some people would debate that, Amanda. And if I got talking on my own channel, holy crap, the abuse, I'd probably get, yeah, Uranus is visible to the naked eye this week. Is that a joke or is it really? So that's kind of where I'm coming from. And I shouldn't have said all that, but it bothers me when people don't like me. And I was advised by somebody that I trust and think is really smart to try to take another step towards people. And you don't have to write in all capitals, really. We still see it if you don't. So there you go. Am I a hybrid from Sirius B? Heidi would tell you I'm from Mars. So, who's one of the best jokes I ever cracked in my whole life was my mom went in for a, what do they call those things where they stick the tube up your hind end and they look around? What's that called? Anyway, she went in for one of those. She came home. I'm like, Mom, how'd it go? You know, trying to be a concerned son. And she says, oh, that little thing, not an enema, Veltman. Some kind of a scope. They run the scope up there, auditing. Colonoscopy. So she comes home, Mom, how'd it go? I'm trying to be concerned. She's like, oh, Jeffrey. She calls me Jeffrey. That thing, it felt like it was so big they could see Pluto. And I'm like, should I or shouldn't I? And I said, no, Mom, they couldn't see Pluto. All they could see was Uranus. Bam! And it was so hilarious. And my mom is not a real laughy out loud kind of person. And she laughed until she cried. That was so awesome. What a great joke. Enemas are awesome. Amanda, you are sick and twisted. You really are. Now, see, somebody's going to pull that snippet. He said that this woman was sick and twisted. Do you believe he told her that she was sick and twisted? What is wrong with them? It's so terrible. But she is sick and twisted. She likes enemas. Crazy woman from down under. And now we got Osaka, Japan checking in. How you doing, Sterling? Bam. I tried to get, here we are again, TMI night on the Christian Whistleblower Show. I went in for the whole works, where they stick the tube up and turn on the water. What's that called? Colonic irrigation or whatever. Dude, I made it like halfway through. I'm like, not going to work. That was like, it may be good for me and all that stuff, but listen, I'm the most regular person you ever met. So I figure if it ain't broke, don't stick a hose up it and turn on the water. Exactly, Lee. That's exactly how it was. No, I know they're good for me, Amanda. I know I should get them. I know all of that, but I also know it ain't going to happen again while I'm still conscious. It's just, oh man, I tell you what, I felt like it was like was it Paul Anka? Having my baby. That's what I felt like. Oh, it was terrible. Paul Anka and Helen Reddy. So anyway, there we go. So I think I'm good to go in that department. No, I went to an actual place, man. Earthling says, okay, I'm going to go back and study. I don't blame you, Earthly 15. This has really degenerated. But It was TMI night. It was apologize to all the delicate flowers. It was all that stuff. So there you go. Now we know each other so much better. And maybe it'll stop me getting some of these scorching emails. I doubt it, but it might. It might. It just might. So Mr. Hanky comes out. And some people that you never thought would do it are the ones that do it. I'm like, did he really say that? Did she really say that? What? People that should know better. But now that I've only got myself in partial trouble, I think I'll move on. So that India stuff was good. Watch the Unicus interview. That was really powerful stuff. Yes, Amanda, I'm glad we did get that cleared up as well. It's actually really, really funny. I think it's very, very interesting. I don't like poop talk ever. But like they say, this too shall pass. Boom. That's called a rim shot, by the way. It really is. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just to let you know, I was very tentative on my correspondence, but I was compelled. Unicus was great. Oh, that's all right. And Phil, I'm not saying don't write me. I'm just saying if you do, be interesting really fast. And don't be upset if I don't think it's as good as you think it is. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And just because I don't think it's good in October doesn't mean I might not think it's really good in January. So keep that in mind. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I do appreciate, pardon the pun, I do appreciate all of you being here, 40 of you at 3 in the morning. That's pretty impressive. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. I'm going to go to bed in an hour. You're so open with the sex talk. I watched a movie today called Why Him, and the vernacular at times is so raw. Well, we are kind of open with the sex talk sometimes. It's just the way it goes. And that's not going to change. Not likely that's going to change. I am afraid to ask, Amanda. Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda B is getting a night vision camera and heat sensors. I don't even want to know why you want those, Amanda B, because I can just say, I can only think of nefarious reasons why you'd want those. Now, I'm probably you're going to do some type of UFO or spiritual type of investigation, but something about you and night vision and a camera, it just makes me wonder a little bit. Nothing is sacred. You're right. Nothing's sacred. Not around here anyway. And that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun. He got night vision and now he can't see a thing. Don't wear those things in the daytime, Amanda, by the way. Don't sit there. Yeah, Veltman says, I'm curious now. Yeah, me too, a little bit. Take some pictures of the moon. That would be really interesting. See, I knew you were going to do it for UFOs. And if you look at, I have a friend who's a doctor, and he said he got some old Soviet era night vision glasses, real, Heidi will like it, real cheap. And he started looking up at the sky and he says, you won't believe the stuff you can see up in the sky all the time that you can't see with the naked eye. So Amanda, and at that time he couldn't hook up a camera to it. But if you can hook up a camera to it, Amanda, there's our show. You get some good footage of some stuff in the sky that is weird, and we'll have a big old show. That would be fun. I'd like to do that because that's normal. That's different. That's not normal. That's paranormal. That's abnormal. That's cool stuff. So Amanda B, get some good footage of some weird stuff in the sky, and we will do a kick-ass Did I say that? Show. That'll be fun. And we could even do it regularly if you keep catching cool stuff down there. I sent you heaps and showed. I know. I looked at it, but I mean, if to me, it's got to be like, wow, that's really cool. That's me. It's got to blow me away. I have a high threshold for this kind of stuff. So show me some cool stuff and I will put it on. Bam. Show it to me. I will put metallic spheres on the air anytime. Yes, I will. So I thought this was going to be 10 minutes. It's become 50 minutes. Yeah, I got tempted for a while by the flat earth stuff too. It's just not worth it. Too much fighting and arguing about silliness that in the end probably doesn't even matter. Sorry if I touched the third rail and upset you, but we're just not going to go there anymore. Not worth it. I salute you that are here seeking after truth in the middle of the morning. Old-fashioned black helicopters. Gotta love them. Watch the Unicus interview. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies, tell your in-laws, tell your outlaws. Oh, that sounds like fun. And really, is the world crazy or are you? Answer that question. Come back and tell me what you think. And we'll go from there. And what did Unicus say to me? He said something. He said, has the world gone crazy or have I gone sane? I like that. Be your own guru, guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, unindoctrinate yourself, and stay fearless, my friends. And I apologize to all you delicate flowers that I may have offended, and all you non-delicate flowers that I was just a jerk to. And I'll try to do better, but remember, baby steps. Baby steps. Jeffrey Daugherty, harmless little fuzzball, unintentional wilter of delicate flowers and delicate snowflakes. I'm sorry. But like that great American philosopher Popeye said, I am what I am, and that's all that I am.